Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with a Millennial. I'm the Millennial Javeda Bay, and this is my bed. And it is June and Pride Month, and there is so much happening. But today I want to talk about something very, very, very particular because if you didn't know, yesterday was Loving Day. So today I want to talk about Loving v. Virginia. So let's get into it. Javeda, what is Loving Day and what is Loving v. Virginia? I am so glad you asked. Loving Day is a commemorative holiday of the day that the Supreme Court ruled in favor, I guess in favor would be the word, of loving during the Loving v. Virginia Supreme Court case. So Loving v. Virginia was a 1967 Supreme Court decision between the Lovings and the state of Virginia. And basically it was determining if interracial marriage was constitutional or unconstitutional. Spoiler alert, laws banning interracial marriage are unconstitutional as decided by Loving v. Virginia. And it's celebrated because that's a pretty momentous occasion. Also, 1967 was not that long ago. Literally 55 years ago, y'all. It was 55 years ago. It's only been 55 years that interracial marriage has been legal. And fun fact, I don't know if fun is the best word, but Alabama was actually the last state to stop enforcing laws banning interracial marriage. And do you want to know when they stopped enforcing them? 2000, the year 2000. Only 22 years ago did they stop enforcing laws that banned interracial marriage. So it's still fairly new, common that interracial marriage is allowed in the way that we know it today. So it's important to talk about and recognize just how recent this change was in terms of our history. But also it's important to know that considering how prevalent interracial marriages and relationships are in today's society. So the Lovings were Richard Perry Loving and Mildred Jeter Loving. They met in high school. They lived in the state of Virginia. They fell in love, and then they were like, we're gonna get married. So they went up to Washington, D.C. and got married. And then they were like, cool, we're married, we're husband and wife. And they moved back to the state of Virginia. Well, not moved back, they went back to the state of Virginia. And very quickly they endured a lot of crappy stuff because they were an interracial couple. And it led to them being arrested and then taken to trial. And then they put in appeals and challenged it. And then it made its way to the Supreme Court. Okay, Javeda, so you're telling me all this, but what does it have to do with Pride Month, with the month of June? Why should I care? Well, as you know, a lot of things are happening in Supreme Court that are not really great. So Loving versus Virginia was cited as a reason in support of same-sex marriage. And it's cited as being said that individuals have the constitutional right to marry anyone of their choice despite their gender. Meaning, regardless of your gender, Loving versus Virginia decided that anyone can get married regardless of whatever rule, parameters you want to put around it. There's nothing. Race doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. All of that stuff does not matter. So it's important to know and understand Loving v. Virginia, because if the Supreme Court continues on this downward spiral of just trying to overturn a lot of stuff, overturning something Loving versus Virginia could also lead to the overturning of something the laws that allow for same-sex marriage. So it's something we should all pay attention to and be mindful of. But if you're oh, Javeda, I want to learn more about this. This sounds so interesting. Or I just want to know more. Don't worry. You can obviously do your good old Google search. But if you're more of a visual learner, watching the 2016 film Loving is a great way to do it. I saw the movie in theaters and I was absolutely moved. It was beautiful. I loved it. So that's an option. So go check out Loving. I don't know where it's streaming, but just Google Loving 2016 and I'm sure you'll find it streaming somewhere online. But yeah, that's that. So spread some love to your interracial couples that you know and are in your life. And yeah, make sure you come back next week for an all new video. You're subscribed to my YouTube channel and my Instagram and my Twitter. You're following all of those and liking everything. And just subscribe to my email newsletter. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Deuces.